Hello and welcome to Pat's Ham Shack's second 4K video. This one is shot right after the grounding video, which covered the grounding system, which comes around here. If you're interested in that, go back to that video and check that out. Anyway, would you believe that I've got 2 coax and a Cat 6 for future use running out into the woods, and I've got 2 big dipole antennas out there? Well, I live in an HOA neighborhood. Luckily, I moved in early. I don't have a neighbor on that side, and the neighbor over there didn't really come out. Anyway, I needed a stealthy way of getting antennas out into the woods, which was a requirement of me moving into an HOA neighborhood. I had to have woods, because I figured I'd do this. Anyway, the shack's right in there, and come out this, I think this is 2-inch PVC, maybe it's 2.5, I don't know, I don't remember. Come out of that into this little box. There's conduit that runs out there to another little box right at the base of the hill, and then more conduit running up into the woods. I got some trees. Anyway, we'll take a look in this box first. This is where the #1 grounding rod and grounding system is. See, there's the PVC coming in from the shack. There it is. And 3 coax cables coming out. This is number 2 HF, number 1 HF, and VHF. That goes through a little MFJ lightning arrestor. These are true polyphasers here. This is one of those DX engineering or RF parts brackets. Clamps onto the ground rod. You see that braid coming in there? That's coming in from the big copper grounding block in the shack. That comes in, and I actually sandwiched it right in between that bracket and the ground rod itself. That thing is 8 feet deep, and y'all, let me tell you what. Cherokee County's full of rocks. I don't know if you see over there, all those rocks. They're all under the ground here. You can look back through some of my pictures and you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, got this all finished up today. The exits out in the woods are the 2 HF antennas, and I've got one. This is 1/2-inch Heliax that I acquired, and so that's running about 100 feet out up into the woods. This other one is some Belden 9913. It's kind of in between big RG6 and like LMR 400. Anyway, and this is VHF, and look, I have a choke. No, it's just extra coiled wire. And it kind of exits along with, let's see, a network cable, a 75 ohm coax for antenna, TV antenna, and the big ground wire, which ties into the rest of the grounding system. That's here. This is the VHF line going up. Anyway, it enters this little bundle here, which I wrapped in that snake wrap stuff. Snuck it up through the dirt, and it goes up. I need to clean it up a little bit up into the attic. And all this other stuff. Let's see, I got a network cable going up there too. And then here is a network cable. I haven't run it in the shack yet. It's just kind of sitting here, running out, because you never know when you're going to need a Cat 6. Maybe a, one of those wildlife cams that happens to be PoE. Got a PoE switch in there. Anyway, there's my pull string. Pull that along with everything. So this is super slick and stealthy. It's pretty cool. Anyway, conduit runs right out here. And to a midway pull box. Also, maybe it'd be cool to put some landscape lights out here, or maybe a power outlet. I'd run some that shielded or metal clad, 14.3 out here or something, or what do they call it? Not Romex, BX. Anyway, it's an irrigation control valve, so if the HOA comes sneaking around, It's just an irrigation control valve. Anyway, there's the Heliax, the 1/2-inch stuff, the 9913, and the Cat 6 and my pull string. Back on there. Anyway, the conduit runs right up there, but I'm not going to walk up my... It's steeper than it looks, and that pine straw is pretty slick. While it would be comedic to have me fall in the video, I don't actually want to. Alright, so we're up here, and oh look, oh there's a stealthy little box there. Of course I had to ring it in rocks. My wife says I have to put a border of rocks around everything. Well, I suppose I do. Anyway, conduit trench kind of runs down there. You can see the other box. There's the shack. It's about 80 feet. And I thought I was going to put another one of those brackets and a grounding block in here. Not more polyphasers, but a grounding block. You know, just maybe to run, like, you know, attach a UHF connector barrel, you know, run it through the grounding plate or something, but I didn't. I have a feeling I'm going to open this one day and a snake's going to jump out at me. Anyway, I actually ran it straight through. I had some PVC left over from the shack exit pipe, or conduit we'll call it. So I ran it out and snuck it out. Where is it? I can't even find it myself. Snuck it out right there. We'll come back to that in a second. Anyway, here's another 8-foot ground rod that I'm not ending up using. I don't really see any reason to run a big ground wire out here from 80-90 feet that way. So in case I ever need a good ground out here, here is one. Anyway, there's the conduit going down, pull string, yay, and then that goes out. And you know, go through a couple of seasons out here, get this thing weathered, and never see it. Ever. Anyway, here's my woods. There's actually a whole lot of woods back here. Anyway, here's where I'm sneaking the cables out. So I use that self-vulcanizing rubber on this exposed connection, but you can see the Heliax there coming out. Came all the way to right here, so that's as much as I had. Anyway, the 9913 splits off that way, goes over to a G5 RV Junior. This big one goes out. Oh gosh, I don't even know if you can see it. A big old radio waves 80, what is it, an 8010-4, 80-4, a 4-element fan dipole. Well, it's 4K, maybe you could zoom in and see it. It's up there hanging, it's like 30-35 feet up. And somewhat inverted V, not real steep. It's maybe 15 feet up at the ends. Kind of goes down into the holler down there. Anyway, that's my setup. Hope nobody ever notices. And if they do, you know, in my defense, seriously, can you see it? Is it really bothering you? And anyway, there's my shack in an HOA video.